Welcome back to Gutted Guzzi, and we're going to be replacing and shortening the clutch cable. Yes, last time around we removed the somewhat industrial looking lever. It's rather nice actually, but anyway, with a slightly oversized fitting on the end of the cable itself, which won't fit in our new lever. You can see the difference there. So what I've decided to do is order a clutch cable replacement or repair kit, which are readily available on eBay and probably other places too. And seeing as we're doing that, I thought I'd take the opportunity to potentially shorten it a little. And here's why. A common problem or situation with cafe racing. If you look at the Kawasaki here, this has got the original Kawasaki clutch cable on a now R6, Yamaha R6 front end. And as you can see, there's a little bit too much cable, right? It doesn't look so bad on this, but it could afford, 3-4 inches chopped down. On the Guzzi, we haven't done anything so drastic. That's the original forks and front end. But what we have done is taken the handlebars off my Trans-Speed triple and flipped them over to produce some drop bars. And as you can see, there's a substantial difference between the original bars and what we're proposing to have on the bike. Clutch cable goes almost to the rear wheel, and of course that means a considerable difference in length. Here's the original clutch cable in its entirety, a full 56.5 inches long, nose to tail. So we're going to be putting that back in place roughly and seeing how much we can shave off. So while we're waiting for that replacement cable itself, the kit, to come in, you've got time to subscribe down there if you haven't already, and give the video the thumbs up. For those of you who didn't watch the last episode, firstly I suggest you do, and all the other ones. Yes, I have episodes, but here's a quick recap on removing the clutch cable. We're unhooked at the back there, and now we just got to undo those nuts. Well, just that back one to be precise, because now that will just pull out of there, hopefully. There we go. On clutch cable, free and clear. So I'm going to keep the outer casing because the replacement kit doesn't include that, the one that I've bought, and it's in reasonable condition apart from some red paint. Can't imagine how that got there. And that connector there, connector, thing, butt plug, whatever, that seems to be some kind of grub screw there, I think. So that'll match up with what we're buying. Anyway, we need to measure it from end to end accurately to see how long we need to cut the new cable. First kit I bought actually wasn't long enough. Oh, I didn't read it, did I? I didn't read the description. Yeah, only 40 inches. Anyway, I found another one, and better still, the outer cable is red. All red, not just patches of paint. I got all excited. I thought it was my fuel tank, and I noticed it was addressed to my wife. Yes, more shoes. Clutch cable has arrived, suitably long, a little bit thinner than the existing one, and unfortunately this fitting here is a little bit too small. So it wiggles around in here just the same as the inner part of the Guzzi one. So I don't know what to do. Spillage. Yeah. Well, the new cable does actually fit in terms of length. Obviously that's a throttle cable kind of mechanism on the end there, which needs to come off, and it is nice and red and sparkly like our brake line. Yeah, it comes down there. Just not entirely happy with the waggling of the knob, i.e. that aspect. Plan B, modification of butt plug. With the original cable from the Guzzi, this is the idea, that fits in there. It doesn't quite, got a way to go. more drilling involved. I think that works. Yeah, alright, how about that? Yeah, alright. So, we can use the original sheath, cable, thing, outer cable. No sparkling but red. First we need to work out how long we want it and whether we need to trim the outer cable as well. So let's put it on the bike and see what happens. Right, there it is in position. I'm not sure where this is going to go. Let's try routing it through there. I think that's as good a route as any. Then it'll come inside the exhaust and along here until we get to there. That is where it needs to go to. So just need to kind of mark where we want to trim it to. Duly marked up, and time to snip it. Regular snips weren't quite man enough for the job, so I had to use some of these. If you're not familiar with these, they're kind of like bolt cutters. Now we just need to thread all this stuff back on, and of course the outer cable, which we also need to shorten. Just a tip, when you're threading the cable through the outer casing, there is actually two. There's an inner casing as well. I don't know if you can see it there, just poking out there. Yeah. So keep the cable as straight as possible, and then you'll be able to feed this through. Just put this temporary buoy on the end while we work out how much we want to actually take off the outer cable, if anything. And that's basically going to involve working out how long that is. So obviously that bolt device sits there in those little jaws. So we need it's difficult to get an accurate measurement. Probably need about 55, 60, 55, 50 mil from the end of the bolt to there. So that's 50 mil bare, plus then another, we can do this on the floor. Plus another, let's say 35, so 85 mil in total. Yeah, 85 mil exposed cable at the end, so we do need to take some of this off. There we go, 85 mil. Just need to take that little bit off there. And to trim that off, I used tin snips actually, because that's all I got. Like, kind of, we'll deal with that. Found another 10 mil plus of interior exterior cabling inside there, so we need to take another 10 mil off. Did that by eye. Perfect. Yeah, lovely. And there we are, all hooked back in again and tightened up. So use of big screwdriver as always, just to lever that back there, slip this boy in and button that all up. All working beautifully. Lovely. Job done. I know we said we were going to replace the clutch cable, and what we actually did was modify the existing one. Same procedure really, except with some modification involved. So there we go, that's how to do it. And even better, how to get around things when they don't quite work or fit, to make them fit. So thanks as always for tuning in and watching again. If you thought the video was any good, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe down here somewhere. Of course, encourage others to watch my lunacy.